There is a hotel in Milwaukee that visiting players and coaches absolutely refuse to stay at. Over the years, dozens of players have stories of things they have experienced and seen that have kept them up at night, with even one instance of a player running out of his room in his underwear to the hotel lobby in the middle of the night. Stories like these also caused Rockies pitcher John Gray to embark on a full ghost hunting investigation to find out more as to what possibly could be going on in this hotel. The place in question is the famously haunted Pfister Hotel. Baseball is a game filled with superstition from players to fans. We've seen players not step on foul lines when coming off and on the field, the use of lucky bats or gloves, not washing clothes and wearing said unwashed clothes during hitting and win streaks. Players and fans not talking about a no-hitter or perfect game in progress, fans utilizing the rally cap in an attempt to get their team to come back and win a game, and endless pre-batting stance rituals. With so much superstition, it's only natural that there's also a belief in the supernatural. Since 2001 to the present day, dozens of players have come out to give their account on different things that have happened to them here. From hearing knocking to seeing physical entities to having things moving around their locked rooms in the middle of the night, we'll go into a deep dive on each player and their stories of their stays at the Pfister. But first, a quick history. The Pfister Hotel was owned by Guido Pfister and his son Charles, where it officially opened for business in 1893. It was known as the Grand Hotel of the West, considered a luxurious place to stay at, which naturally attracted professional teams to want to book a stay here on road trips. Unfortunately, Guido passed away before the hotel was completed, but his son saw it through to its completion and opening. According to Anna Lardenoy, who is the owner of Gothic Milwaukee, which is known for its walking ghost tours, in her research she has found articles claiming the hotel was built on land that was a former private graveyard. She believes that the ghost haunting the hotel is none other than Charles Pfister himself. In fact, those who have seen the ghost describe it as looking exactly like him. Now, let's get into the stories and experiences that players have had here over the past 20-plus seasons. First, we'll start with Adrian Beltre in 2001 when he was with the Dodgers. Beltre said he heard knocking at his door throughout the night, and it continued even with the TV and air conditioning off. He also claimed to have heard pounding noises from the other side of his headboard, like a man hitting his open hand against the wood. Pretty innocuous, but enough to spook him to speak out. Next, in 2008, Carlos Gomez with the Twins. He is one of the most outspoken as to what's going on at this hotel. He said that he's heard voices while staying here. During the 2008 season, he said he was getting out of the shower and he heard his iPod playing nothing but static. He went to go turn it off, and it shortly turned back on again playing static. When he went to go grab it, it changed to another song. This prompted Gomez to freak out. He ran out of his room straight to the lobby without even putting pants on. When interviewed about his feelings on the hotel, he said, "I'm scared to go there. They should change the hotel. Everybody here doesn't like the hotel. Why do they always put us in the same hotel when you can't sleep? Everything's scary. Everything in the hotel, the paintings and pictures, it's a lot of old, crazy stuff. No good, man. No good." Mike Cameron then came out in 2009. He said he hasn't actually experienced anything at the hotel, but he did say that he would never stay in the Pfister after hearing all the player stories. Brewers visiting clubhouse manager Phil Rosewitz talked about a player fleeing the hotel. He said there was a rookie ball player and he was back in his room and he woke up in the middle of the night and his blinds were open and the window was open. He panicked, so he ran into the bathroom, splashed water on his face, came back and went to bed. Shut the blinds, shut the window, woke up in the morning, same thing. Slept on the couch in the lobby the next night, refused to go to his room, finally went to a Motel 6 or whatever up the street and just stayed there. Brendan Ryan, who's with the Cardinals at the time, describes seeing something. He says it was more like a moving light that kind of passed through the room. The room got a little bit chillier. Strange things. Strange things. Pablo Sandoval also has a story like Carlos Gomez. He says, "I went to take a shower and I remember putting my iPod next to a speaker. When I came out, it was playing music and I have no idea why." Sandoval and Giants teammate Edgar Renteria then refused to stay with the rest of the team at the Pfister Hotel in 2010. He said they stayed down the street and paid for it on their own. Then, later on, he decided to stay there again. He asked himself, "Why do I have to be afraid? The only thing I asked the ghost was to let me sleep," and they did. Michael Young, who was on the Rangers at the time, said, "Oh, that place. Listen, I'm not someone who spreads ghost stories, so if I'm telling you this, it happened. A couple of years ago, I was lying in bed after a night game, and I was out. My room was locked, but I heard these footsteps inside my room, stomping around. I'd heard all these stories about this hotel, so I was wide awake at that point, and then I heard it again, these footsteps on the floor. So I yelled out, "Hey, make yourself at home, hang out, have a seat, but do not wake me up, okay?" After that, I didn't hear a thing for the rest of the night. I just let him know he was welcome, that we could be pals, that he could marinate in there for as long as he needed to, just as long as he didn't wake me up. Giancarlo Stanton with the Marlins at the time said, "Man, I hate when we have 4 games there. 2, 3, anything's better than 4. It's freaky ass with the headshot paintings on the walls and the old curtains everywhere. It reminds me of the Disneyland haunted house. The less time I'm there, the better." Justin Upton with the Braves at the time said, "From the minute I walk in there, I'm freaked out. The whole place, the creepy lights on the side, everything. I have to sleep with the blinds open and the lights on. Next time, I'm finding another hotel and paying for it on my own. I can't sleep there." Bryce Harper in 2012 with the Nationals said, "I laid a pair of jeans and a shirt on the table at the foot of the bed. Those things in hotels that you sit on to put your shoes on. I just laid them out, simple as that. When I woke up in the morning, I swear on everything, the clothes were on the floor and the table was on the opposite side of the room against the wall. I was so flustered, I honestly thought there might be someone in my room. I had no idea what the hell just happened, so I actually looked around and then I checked to see if the door was still latched, and it was. I thought someone, maybe Jason Worth, came into my room during the night and moved everything around, and I knew Tyler Moore and Steve Lombardozzi were both near me too, but they said that no one had done anything like that. Now, they could be lying to me, that's possible, and no one else seemed to have a weird experience, but it really creeped me out. I went downstairs and changed my room immediately. Different room, different floor. I said, I just need to get out of that room. I don't want to talk about it, I just need to get out. So they moved me to a higher floor. In 2013, a few stories emerged. First, Brandon Phillips also had an experience similar to Carlos Gomez and Pablo Sandoval. He said, "We play in Milwaukee a lot, but I remember one time I came into the room and just sat on the bed. Then for some reason, the damn radio turned on. So I turned it off and got in the shower. When I was done, that motherfucker had turned back on." Next is a really weird one. This is CJ Wilson with the Angels. He said, "I've had lots of experiences there. I was on the computer one night doing my typical shtick, surfing the web, sending an email, editing a photo. And then all of a sudden the light started flickering. I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to be so pissed if my computer dies. Then the light just shuts off, and then the TV shuts off, and then the light turns back on, but the light at the front door turns off. I just yelled out, 'Really?' He goes on to say, 'I have this thing with ghosts. Just engage them or confront them. Just say, hey man, I'm here to chill out, I'm here to send some emails, no big deal, just leave me alone.' So after that, I went back to whatever I was doing on the computer, but then 30 minutes later, there's scratching in the walls. Now I'm thinking, okay, it's the Midwest, there could be a possum or something in the wall, right? That's possible, isn't it? All I knew was that there were definitely noises coming from the wall. I just said out loud again, can you please just leave me alone? I'm really trying to work here. At this point, I'm on edge. I'm literally looking to see if there are people in the hallway, if someone's trying to pull something. We'll do that sometimes. Take a guy's key card and hide it in the closet or behind the shower and jump out. But then the lights really start going crazy, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't want anything from you. Leave me alone or write it down. Write down what you want. I can't communicate with you through the lights. The next day, we all show up at the park, and everyone has this uneasy feeling, like we had bad Chinese food or something. I said to one of my teammates, you wouldn't believe the shit that was going on in my hotel room last night. And another guy said, oh my god, are you talking about that shit you heard? Everybody had a story. One dude got locked in his bathroom and he had to get the hotel to get him out. Another guy had the lights turned off on him when he was in the shower. Another guy saw something. He goes on to say, I don't get terribly concerned unless things start shattering in the room, so it was fine. I don't get that much sleep anyway, but you just get a vibe when you walk in. It almost feels like you're in Prague or something. Very gothic, lots of gold enamel, crosswalks and atriums everywhere. Being on the road so much, we're used to a standard cookie-cutter place, but this hotel totally stands alone. In 2016, G-Man Choi, a rookie with the Angels at the time, said he felt a spirit in his bed during his first ever stay there. He goes on to say through his interpreter that he's seen ghosts plenty of times. When asked how he slept through the night at the Pfister Hotel, his response was straightforward, not good. Also in 2016, Craig Counsell and manager Clint Hurdle said they heard that Pirates infielder at the time, Pedro Alvarez, had become very spooked when his TV turned on in his room twice in one night. Now we move into 2018, where Carlos Martinez and Marcell Ozuna got so scared they decided to room together. Martinez on Instagram said he had seen some sort of floating ghost, with Ozuna saying he saw something similar. This caused the two, including Tommy Pham and some Cardinals coaches, to head to Francisco Peña's room for some comfort. Martinez then took to Instagram to say, "We are here in Milwaukee. I just saw a ghost. In Ozuna's room, he saw another one. We are all here. We are all in Francisco Peña's room. We are all stuck here. We are going to sleep together. If the ghost shows up again, we are all going to fight it together." Fast forwarding to 2023, Mookie Betts wants nothing to do with the hotel. Although he says he doesn't believe in ghosts, he certainly wasn't going to test out if they're real or not. He decided to stay at an Airbnb this year while the rest of the Dodgers stayed at the Pfister. He said he has stayed there before, saying, "But I couldn't sleep. Every noise I'd be like, is that something?" Sounds like he may believe in ghosts more than he's letting on. The last story we have so far is with Brent Rooker of the A's in 2023 as well, where he said his TV kept changing channels in his room. He went on to say, "I'll have it on like the golf channel and I'll be on my laptop looking down. I look back up and it's on QVC or some other channel that's definitely not golf channel." That happened a few times. I fell asleep with it on one night and woke up at like 4 a.m. and it was off, which I figured was just like a sleep timer. I woke up at 7:30 or 8 and it was back on, but on a different channel than I had fallen asleep with it on. It's just kind of small stuff like that. Stories like this is what caused Rockies pitcher John Gray to have a full-blown ghost hunting investigation of the Pfister when the Rockies visited in 2016. Gray, being an avid ghost hunter, investigated the Stanley Hotel in the 2015 offseason, which is what the Shining Hotel was based off of. He was pumped to be able to try and see what was going on at the Pfister, but unfortunately for Gray, he said he didn't find any ghosts. Okay, so there's actually one more. Shane Victorino, when asked about the hotel, said, "Come on, I don't believe in all that shit. I know one of my teammates freaked out once because the lights were flickering, but it's not haunted. There's nothing wrong with that hotel." And that's it. That's the story of the hotel that continues to haunt and freak out MLB players year after year. Have you stayed at this hotel? What do you think could be going on here? Sound off in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.